Hey guys, it's Keri TV, and today I am with one of my very favorite people, human beings, Sandie Bass, and I am doing the best New Year's Spotlight edition ever, so stay tuned. So Sandie, thank you so much for having me over today.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I can't believe it's been 5 years since, well, not since we met before that, but since you've been in your home, which is exciting. So Sandie and I have stayed in touch. We love to go hiking together. We love to go to fancy Italian dinners together. And I just thought with the new year coming up, it'd be great to share what you do with my world because goal setting is so important and being prepared for what you want in your life is so crucial. So now that we're in the new year, I want to talk a little bit about what you do and how you help people and spotlight you. So Sandie, what do you do?
Thanks. Yeah, so I'm a leadership coach, career coach, and I work with both companies and with individuals. So with companies, I will work with leadership teams and help them be better leaders. I'll work with emerging leaders and help them, just kind of figure out how to make the transition between being an individual contributor and managing people.
Okay, so a leadership, career, lifestyle type of coach.
Exactly. And then with individuals, I have a lot of individual clients who come directly to me because they're ready to make a change in their career or they want to move up in their career and they don't know how to do it, or something's holding them back and they can't see it. A lot of us have blind spots that we just simply can't see.
100% with the blind spots. I think a lot of people are in this world we're in now, they are transitioning from working for someone to maybe their own business, or there's a lot of self-made businesses. People are making their own everything these days, and I'm sure you deal with people that don't have the direction or confidence, right?
The biggest thing for people is, people want to make a change. They want to start their own business or they want to get a new job, but because there's often no time limit on it, right? It's not like a boss has told you, you need to get this done by Q2 of, 2019, right? It's individual goals, and people have trouble really progressing without accountability. And so that's a huge part of coaching, is creating accountability for somebody.
Very true.
But also part of coaching is looking for all of the fears that are holding people back. Because I get a lot of clients who say, I want to start a new business, but I'm not really good at selling myself, or I am really, scared to, do one thing or another. And so we really have to work to unravel those fears and look for strategies to get around them. Because you can't just say, all right, let's get it done, let's have this timeline and let's get it done. You really have to help somebody understand, okay, here's what's holding you back. Here's why it's holding you back. Let's dive into that.
Yeah.
And now let's find a better way for you to move forward, and then hold them accountable for moving forward.
Wow, so that's a lot. Not only are you structuring, but you're getting into the emotion and the fear base, which is probably what stops a lot of people from doing anything in life, of course. We're all a little scared. But then on top of that, applying goals. So it's really both sides.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's incredible. What type of people do you work with? What's like a common client of yours like?
Yeah, so I would say I work with both men and women.
Men and women, equal opportunity.
Yeah, equal opportunity. And I work with usually people who are really smart, really well educated.
That's nice.
Yeah, and really driven. To do something different. So, and I work with a lot of people who've been out of the workforce for a while and who are trying to get back in, and sometimes that's a little bit difficult because people feel like they're encountering ageism, or they don't understand how to explain away this gap on their resume of why they haven't been in the workforce for a decade. So yeah, I work with creative people. A lot of creative people come to me, so it's not necessarily just corporate people.
Right, of course. So I love hearing about people's success stories, your clients' success stories that I see it all the time from your emails, and there's so many of them, but I wanted to highlight maybe one or two to show people the type of success that you have with clients. So do you mind sharing any of those?
Yeah, so I do need to keep them pretty confidential.
Of course.
So keep it pretty
Absolutely.
general. But one of my favorite stories was a woman came to me who was very highly educated, really amazing person, amazing background, and she couldn't understand why she wasn't being promoted. She'd been at her company for a while, and she was doing really good work, but just could never get a promotion.
That's a tough feeling when you feel like you're showing up and doing a good job and you're not getting promoted or any accolades. That could be hard.
Absolutely, and really hard to stay motivated in your job.
Yep.
So we spent some time really kind of trying to figure out what her work habits were and how she was showing up in the workplace. And we uncovered a few things that were problematic.
Oh, wow.
And so
She had no idea?
She really had no idea. I mean, it was a little bit shocking, but she really had no idea.
I get that.
And so once we started talking about them, she said, oh my gosh, yeah, I could see how that would be a problem. And so I challenged her to stop doing certain things.
Smart.
And also, like, one of her biggest things was she didn't speak up in meetings. She would prefer to go and, talk to people observe during the meetings and then talk to people one-on-one afterwards. But, because she wasn't speaking up in meetings, she wasn't really being perceived as a leader. So once we got her, I challenged her to speak up. She had one assignment that was, in every meeting, you need to speak up 3 times.
3 times. So from 0 to 3.
Yeah, that was her reaction.
Wow.
She said,
Yeah.
really? 3 times?
3.
Can I start with 1?
Hi, my name is. Does that count?
Right, no.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was pretty amazing because once she started to change these habits and once she started to speak up in meetings, she got perceived differently.
Yeah.
And sure enough, after 3 months, she got promoted.
3 months?
It was amazing.
You guys, 3 months with Sandie Bass.
Right.
And you got your answers.
I take all the credit.
That is amazing. After all that time, just 3 months?
Yeah, it was amazing. She was thrilled.
That's amazing. So what I'm hearing is that you have something very special to offer. So what makes you different? What would your clients say about you? This is why I like working with Sandie.
Well, I think that a lot of people come to me in the first place because they like my background. So I have a master's degree in human resources management and organizational behavior from Cornell.
Wow.
And I also got certified as a coach through CTI. But they like that I have a lot of corporate experience.
Personally?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So I was the head of human resources for one of the divisions of a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah, incredible.
And then I have non-human resources experience. I spent years as a marketing leader, and I was the head of marketing communications for a $2.5 billion division of a major medical device company.
Huge.
So
absolutely huge.
Yeah, so that's so people like to know that I've actually been out there. I have advised people on how to hire. I have hired lots of people over the course of my career.
So if you have 5 tips for people in the new year for creating resolutions or habits, so to speak, because resolutions are really habits, what would those 5 be?
Yeah, so I think the first thing would be to really make it specific, like make a specific goal.
Make a specific goal.
But
That's
also
huge.
make it small enough that it can be accomplished.
Very true.
Right, so instead of find a new job, make it
specific.
Update my resume.
Update my resume. There you
Right?
go.
So
Okay.
just something,
Find a new
something
job.
that's really
McDonald's
small.
is hiring.
Right.
Be specific.
Right, be very specific. So that really helps, is just to break it down into something small.
Something specific, something achievable.
And I think also just making a daily commitment to whatever it
Daily
is.
Accountability. So smart.
Yeah, and just, again, small. I really like
Baby
doing
steps.
things in small
I agree.
increments. So if you can say, I'm going to commit 5 minutes a day to working on my resume.
That's perfect.
Oftentimes what happens is you sit down to work on it and you sit down for your 5 minutes and you get so engrossed in it that
You just
you
have to start.
wind up sitting there for an hour and you just
So
get
true.
it done.
So
but if
true.
you just tell yourself in your mind 5 minutes, it's a lot more palatable.
Yeah, starting is the hardest part. It's like people running marathons that have never run before. They have to just start with walking a mile. Slow and steady.
Right. Which brings me to my next little
Okay.
tip, which I
Fourth
think
one.
is making the task so small that it almost seems insignificant.
So what would a 5th point be to those 4 great achievable, accountable, small daily steps for a new habit.
Yeah, so I think that the last thing would be to set your agenda the night before.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, because if you try to do it in the morning, the mornings get away from you, and mornings are often the best time to get things done.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
Me too.
So, right?
Early birds.
This is why we meet for hikes at 6 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you create your agenda the night before, you wake up, you know what time you have to be up, you know how much time you have to do, XYZ, your other morning activities, and just make sure to get those little tiny things on that agenda for the day. And you're setting yourself up for success.
Amazing. So thank you times a million for doing this with me today. I'm so excited to be able to share what you do to help people, because I know that in 2019, the people that are involved in my life want to get ahead in life, and you need the right support system and team, and so you're looking at the prime person for that. So thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me on Keri TV. Amazing.
I know, it's so exciting. 2019, Sandie Bass. So where do I have people find you?
So the best way to find me is through my website, emergingoptions.com.
Emergingoptions.com.
Yeah, and there's a contact form on there, and you can just reach out. And I do free consultations.
Free.
Right. Which is exciting.
Yeah. So. Okay, free consultation, emergingoptions.com. And you can always find her through me, and I'm very findable. So Sandie Bass, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.